Okay, there's a question on the quad of the Actors Campus. That's the forum for actors from an actress, and I was just corresponding with her. There was a multiple question. She's working on a conversational assignment and analysis assignment from the assignments page on the campus. But the questions inside the question is another question, and the question is great. So I just want to analyze it and address it really quickly, which is, the question is, how do you know when you've got the right verbs? So all actors know that if the note, A sharp is to music or the step is to choreography, is to dance, the action in the moment, the partner related verb is to acting. And that's why it's called acting. It's I verb you, you verb me, I verb you, you verb me. And I realize your verb, so I then counteract with the verb, and then you realize my verb, so you counteract with a verb, and we verb each other, because life is a verb, life is not an adjective or a noun. And acting is our form of life. Boom, information. So it's all action, verb, verb, verb. And you do all of your analysis in order to come back down to, what am I doing in this moment? And it's always called transitive partner related verbs. I verb you. I can also do it to myself. I verb myself, but it's still I blank you, or I blank me. But it's never I run or I think. It's I debate the question with myself, or I pro con list it with you. So you all know this. There's lists of verbs on the Actors Campus, and there's the thesaurus for actors out there, and actors talk. This is our language, and whenever a director talks to us, we translate the direction into an action, and when we need to do something in the script, we translate that into an action. It's always transitive partner related verbs, right? Okay, good. So her question is, how do you know you've got the right one on the line? Like, you're doing a scene and then you come down to it and you go, how do I know that's the right one? If you just go down here to the assignments page, here's examples of, a realization decision rehearsal. So I'm preaching her, I'm mocking her, I'm belittling her, I'm bullying him, I'm bringing him down to his size, he's being minimized, I'm threatening, he's bullying again, he's laying down the law, he's handcuffing. And this actress has really good ones. I'm throwing the question, I'm closing the door, I'm discovering gold, I'm anticipating the explosion from her, I'm drilling for the truth, whatever. So, so that's what actions look like. So the question is like, how do I know I got the right one? Well, how you know you have the right one is, well, you never will. And that's the uncomfortable dissatisfaction of what we do, art. Hopefully, approximately, it is correct. So here's how you do it. You need to be obsessive with your scene analysis. So you're breaking down the three major components of scene analysis. Component number one, A over B equals B over A, which is what are the two conversations in the scene. The two conversations make the theme. If you don't know this, if I'm talking gibberish to you, then you'd better find videos or go to the campus or study with a teacher who knows how to teach this to you, because this, is an absolute for actors. We have to understand what's going on. So the two conversations are the A and the B conversation. So what are the themes? So I go, it looks to me like the scene is about sisterhood, family, versus morality or doing the right thing, So you go, okay, that's the two conversations. And writers are very obvious about the two conversations. So you get that, and then you go, okay, good. Now that I got that, that's one. Number two is I got to discover the story. So the story is circumstances, objective, and relationships. The backstory for story. What do the characters want? What do they mean to each other? And you go, what's the story? So you've got the theme, and then you've got the story, and then the last thing is you got the structure. So you go, how's it architected over time, this scene? So what's the three-act structure? Who wins, who loses? Where are the major realizations? Again, I'm like, this is big. You go to the chapter 2 of the Actors Foundry and study scene analysis, because there's hours of explanation of this with examples and graphs and charts, and you need to really learn how to do this. But anyway, in the short term, it's what's the theme, what's the story, and what's the structure. And so when you break this down, let's go back to that example that I had on the page. How you would break down a scene is you go, here's the story, backstory and the forestory. So therefore the two conversations in the film, the two conversations in the scene. And from there I discover, okay, the story, objectives, relationships, gives me character statements, that's something else to talk about. And then here's the structure. And then we go, okay, how does the structure work out? So that's how you analyze a script, right? So once you've worked those three major elements out, then what you do is you bounce them off each other and you make sure that they work in tandem, that they don't contrast, but that they're consistent. Because sometimes you go, the scene is about family versus morality. I'm absolutely sure of it. Therefore, my character's objective is this. And that's the story. And then you look at the script and you're going, wait, my character loses the scene. She clearly wins, the other character clearly wins the scene. Because based on the 3-act structure, I win the bottom of the second, top of the second act, or the bottom of the second act, so I therefore lose act 3. You're like, wait a second, my objective's wrong. Oh, and then you go, it's not about family versus, it's actually about the, and you just keep working it until all 3 of the major elements are in tandem. And then you go, that's the scene. That's what Shanley's trying to get us to do. And based on that, now you can start deducing your actions. And your actions are going to be in the right wheelhouse, at least. So you're going to work out all the actions, and you're going to study the script, and then you're going to practice it. And then you're going to go, something's wrong. That doesn't, and then practice it again, break it down, study it, practice it. And I go, yeah. And then look at it again, read it, work it with your partner, and then go, oh God, it's this. And then, no, I think it's that. And you just keep working and working. What you're doing is you're getting yourself closer and closer and closer to the answer. The problem is that you never get to the answer. And that's the glorious dissatisfaction of it. At a certain point, the clock goes and you're like, I got audition. You're wanted on set, or, the curtain's open and the audience is waiting. You can be like, let the audience still wait. I just haven't figured this out. At a certain point, you have to abandon your analysis, hurl yourself into performance, and, hope for the best. And sometimes what happens is you're so close that as the cameras are rolling, it clicks. And then you're like, I don't even know what I was doing, but that was it. And you could just sense, yeah. And at other times, you're driving down the highway at 4 in the morning after they've wrapped the scene, and you're still going, oh no, it was supposed to be that, And that's just part of being professional. But the thing is that you're either way, you're so close to the answer because you keep working on it, Assume there's an answer, always work towards it, and don't kill yourself because you don't get it. That's kind of the flexibility of being an artist.